Tag TV brings you daily news bulletin from India. Breaking news and views from India.
You are watching South. And now for all the details. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman held a telephonic conversation during which they reviewed bilateral ties and discussed ways to boost cooperation in connectivity, energy and defence. India's Foreign Ministry said PM Modi thanked the Crown Prince for his country's excellent support during the evacuation of Indians from conflict-hit Sudan in April and also conveyed best wishes for the upcoming Hajj pilgrimage. India had set up a transit facility at Jeddah in April to evacuate Indians from Sudan. Through the Operation Kaveri, more than 3,800 people were moved out of Sudan. An Indo-Canadian lawmaker has demanded action against separatist Khalistani groups after a video from Canada's Brampton, which purportedly celebrated former Indian PM Indira Gandhi's assassination, went viral. Chandra Arya, a parliamentarian from Canadian PM Justin Trudeau's Liberal Party, has said Khalistan supporters in Canada have reached new low with the despicable float. Arya said Khalistan supporters have crossed the line and Canada must respond to their actions. Canadian High Commissioner to India, Cameron McKay, had also expressed his distress over the incident. Early on Thursday, India's Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar had also condemned the incident, terming it harmful for bilateral ties.
So, it isn't only one incident, however egregious it may be. I think there is a larger underlying issue about the space which is given to separatists, to extremists, to people who advocate violence. And I think it's not good for the relationship, and I think it's not good for Canada.
The economic survey released by the Pakistan government on Thursday has predicted that the South Asian nation is likely to post GDP growth of 0.29% this fiscal year, well below the target of 5% set last year. Finance Minister Ishaq Dar has termed the 0.29% growth as realistic achievement and said anything higher is not achievable. However, a target of 3.5% has been set for the next fiscal year. Economic experts have also painted a bleak picture of the country's economy. They claim the economic conditions are likely to remain unchanged even after the funding from external creditors, and the upcoming budget is also unlikely to provide any relief to citizens.
देखिए जो मैशियत कर्जे पे डिपेंड करती हो ना उसकी तो माशी सूरत हाल अच्छी कभी भी नहीं हो सकती। हमेशा कोशिश ये करनी चाहिए कि हम डिपेंडेंट नहीं हो, हम जो है अपने सारे फैसले करें। हमें तो इस दफ़ा बजट में ये उम्मीद थी कि IMF अगर इनका साथ नहीं देती और ये बजट अपना पेश करते हैं तो हम IMF से आज़ाद बजट अगर हमारा आता तो वो बेहतर होता। देखिए IMF जो आपको बजट में से पहले कर्जा या बाद में कर्जा दे देती है ना, तो उसके बाद आपकी माशी सूरत हाल कोई बेहतर नहीं हो सकती।
The government has frequently raised energy tariffs and scaled back subsidies in an attempt to meet IMF conditions for a critical loan. Pakistan's foreign exchange reserves have also shrunk to cover barely a month's worth of imports. Pakistan's Muttahida Qawmi Movement MQM founder leader Altaf Hussain on Thursday exposed the swindling tactics of Pakistan's military establishment and said in a statement that even the common man knows their duping strategies. The MQM chief said that his party is already a victim as it has been divided into factions. He also deplored the army's decision to try supporters of ex-PM Imran Khan in military courts for arson and vandalism against military buildings. Hussain said the army does not mention its atrocities and killings of innocent Baloch, Sindhi, Muhajirs and Pashtuns. He said these cases should also be tried in military courts. Hussain said Army Chief General Asim Munir should inform the nation whether the act of destroying or burning inanimate objects is a greater crime than killing human beings. The UN Children's Agency, UNICEF, has said it is following up with Afghanistan's Taliban authorities over whether international organizations would be excluded from education projects. Spokesperson Samantha Mott said that UNICEF is deeply concerned by reports that over 500,000 children, including over 300,000 girls, would lose out on quality learning through community-based education within a month if international NGOs are no longer allowed to operate. The Taliban has closed most secondary schools to girls, barred university education for them, and stopped many Afghan women from working. However, international organizations have been heavily involved in education projects, including community-based classes. The UN estimates that 8.7 million Afghans are in need of humanitarian aid for education this year, and it was planning to reach about 3 million people under a humanitarian package, which was revised this week to reflect lower funding. In a bid to ensure continuous fuel supply, Sri Lanka on Thursday signed a deal with an American oil firm, allowing it to become the fourth player in the island nation's fuel retail business. Power and Energy Minister Kanchana Wijesekara said the US firm will be involved in a long-term contract for import, storage, distribution and sale of petroleum products. Sri Lanka is still struggling to normalize its crisis-hit economy. The government had last year decided to open the retail fuel market to more foreign companies in an effort to solve the energy crisis as the country's depleted foreign reserves hinder imports of oil. In a bid to provide relief to the passengers while travelling in the hot weather, a woman auto rickshaw driver has covered the roof of a vehicle with grass and some plants. Take a look.
Munmun Sarkar, an auto rickshaw driver in India's Siliguri city, has covered the roof of a rickshaw with grass and installed plants to provide relief to the passengers while travelling in the hot weather. 49-year-old Sarkar is also a social worker who has moved away from the conventional and taken up the job of a driver, usually done by men. She came up with this idea after she felt the need to provide the commuters with some respite in the heat. She has placed 12 plants on her vehicle.
सिलीगुड़ी में इतना दिन तक कभी भी इतना गर्मी नहीं पड़ता था, लेकिन अभी इतना टेम्परेचर बढ़ गया, इसीलिए हमने सोचा कुछ तो करें गाड़ी का, क्योंकि हमको तो गाड़ी निकलने तो चाहिए, गाड़ी तो निकलने ही चाहिए, क्योंकि हम भाड़ा लेके चलते हैं इधर से उधर, तो हमको गर्म भी लगता है, तो आदमी लोगों को सबको गर्मी तो लगता ही होगा, तो इसीलिए हमने वो गाड़ी में पौधा लगाया, गाड़ी में कुछ अलग किया है, इसीलिए तो ठंडा लगेगा।
मैं जंक्शन से एनजीपी आ रहा था, तब ये गाड़ी मेरा नज़र में आया, देखने भी इसे अच्छा लगा, और आपका सबसे बेहतर है कि बाहर जितना गर्मी था गाड़ी के अंदर बैठने से गर्मी महसूस नहीं हुआ इतना।
Summers in India are a difficult time when soaring temperatures lead to diseases and sometimes even deaths. Possible reasons for the rising temperatures range from climate change to greater urbanization, leading to taller buildings and diminishing green cover.
That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time next week. Have a great weekend. Good night.
Tag TV brings you daily news bulletin from India. Breaking news and views from India.